Hello to everyone. This is Viewpoint on noyantapan TV, and I am Benyamin Poghosyan, Senior Research Fellow at Armenia. Today, we will discuss the developments in the Middle East and its potential impact on the South Caucasus and especially on Armenia-Azerbaijan relations. Since October 2023, we witnessed the war between Israel and Hamas, and in recent months with the escalation also between Israel and Lebanon and Israel and Iran. First time probably, Iran launched two direct attacks against Israel from its own territory, April 2024 and also early October 2024. Before that, Iran usually used its proxy forces in Lebanon, in Iraq, in Syria, to attack or contain Israel. The direct attacks against Israel by Iran and Israel retaliation is another level of escalation, which clearly shows that the Middle East is slowly but coming close to the large-scale war. Probably both Israel and Iran using escalate to the de-escalate strategy. Like the logic is, okay, we will hit, we will escalate, and then the counterpart or adversary will be afraid of further escalation and it will de-escalate. Will this logic work, or it will bring more chaos and more conflict? We have to see. In recent 2 weeks, active negotiations and discussions are underway between Israel and the United States, between Iran and some other countries, about the future of the Middle East. Probably, the United States seeks to restrain Israel from launching large-scale retaliation attack against Iran, especially against Iranian nuclear or oil facilities, because the United States is afraid of that this may be a trigger for the large-scale direct war between Iran and Israel, and the United States will not be able to just wait and see. A few days ago, Pentagon published a decision to send additional anti-missile systems and American soldiers to Israel to protect Israel from potential further Iranian attacks. Meanwhile, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had a phone conversation with US President Joe Biden discussing what Israel will or will not do against Iran. Of course, the upcoming US elections scheduled for November 5, 2024 adds additional layer of complexities and complications into the situation. General Arab votes are very disappointed on US position in the recent war in Middle East, accusing United States of turning a blind eye to Israeli atrocities committed in Gaza and in other places. Simultaneously, probably the Biden administration understands that if a large-scale war between Iran and Israel will start before November 5, 2024, and if the United States is forced to enter the war, this may have unpredictable outcomes on US presidential elections, which in any case are very close to call the shots. In current environment, the developments in the Middle East may have direct impact also on the South Caucasus, especially on Armenia-Azerbaijan dynamic. As Azerbaijan effectively killed the negotiation process, just imitating the negotiations, and hopes are reaching zero that anything will be signed between Armenia and Azerbaijan before the start of the Global Climate Summit, COP29, in Azerbaijan in November 2024, all now experts, political circles, politicians, seek to understand what will happen after November 2024, when Armenia and Azerbaijan will have no peace agreement, with growing Azerbaijani demands, volatile situation, and high probability that Azerbaijan may resort to the threat of use of force or actual use of force. In current environment, Islamic Republic of Iran was one of the few, if not only, hard power military deterrent force against potential large-scale Azerbaijani attack against Armenia. with a goal to open the Zangezur corridor by occupying parts or whole of the Syunik or Vayudzor region. Again, here we speak about large-scale escalation, because if there will be a small-scale escalation, most probably Iran also will do nothing. Nothing, I mean, from pure military terms. However, if there is a large-scale war between Iran and Israel, this will significantly impact Iran's potential to use military force to keep the post-September 2023 status quo in the South Caucasus, which means that the large-scale war in Middle East may have direct implications for the South Caucasus, especially for Armenia and Azerbaijan, as Azerbaijan may be tempted to launch a large-scale attack against Armenia, thinking that this is a one-in-a-century opportunity to establish its more than 100 years long dream and have a direct common border with Turkey, cutting, as President Aliyev sometimes called, this artificial strip of land which separates the huge Turkic world spanning from Istanbul to Kazakhstan-China border. Of course, it's very challenging to assess, will we have a large-scale war between Iran and Israel, and what Azerbaijan will do. Also, there are speculations that in case of large-scale war, Israel may ask Azerbaijan to allow to use its territories for some military activities against Iran. It's clear fact that Israel has deep penetration into Azerbaijan, including reconnaissance missions and some other security operations. But will President Aliyev agree for direct military strikes from Azerbaijani territory against Iran? It's also the question which has no clear answer. Definitely Iran is much, much powerful than Azerbaijan, and President Aliyev understands that if Azerbaijan enters a war against Iran, this may have catastrophic implications for Azerbaijani statehood and personally for President Aliyev and his family rule. Simultaneously, if there is a big regional war, potentially Azerbaijan may think that if it joined Israel against Azerbaijan, then Israel will help Azerbaijan to get a green light from the West using influential Jewish lobby in the United States and elsewhere to receive a green light for large-scale Azerbaijani attack against Armenia. Regardless what will happen in the next days and weeks, one fact is clear, that Armenia and Azerbaijan will enter 2025 with no peace agreement, with growing Azerbaijani demands, and potential for some sort of escalation. And if there will be a large-scale war between Israel and Iran, with potential involvement of the United States, this definitely will increase Azerbaijani possibilities to launch large-scale incursion of Armenia and try to open the so-called Zangezur corridor by force. This is all for today, and we will meet soon.